So with reflection of what we know now, if you could redo your decision of going that day, because, and we'll get into the aftermath a little bit, but while it's fresh, would you go again?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And
no hesitation.
No, because I've discussed this with my family before, and we went for the right reasons. We didn't do a single thing wrong. I think that what I would have done differently, and this was my mistake, was that when remember I told you that we were up in front of the Capitol and we didn't have any service. Well, of course, you're still trying to post things on Facebook and you're trying to do things. So I had posted or attempted to post something which said, oh, I took my kids to the Capitol today. You know, we stormed the Capitol, not knowing that was a bad word, okay? Did not know that was a bad word at the time. Yeah. That turned into like the catchphrase, you know, storm the Capitol and insurrection was the two catchwords. But I said, we stormed the Capitol today. We had the best day. It was, you know, a lot of fun. It was such a learning experience for my kids. Like, it was super windy and cold that day. I don't know if you even remember any of this, but it was very, very, very cold and it was very, very, very windy. And the police from far away, or whoever, actually, I don't even know who was doing it, were tear gassing that was blowing in the wind. So it got into our eyes, which we thought it was funny. Like, at the time, we're like, oh my God, we got tear gas. Like, how funny is this? You know? So we're crying and laughing and doing all that at the same time. So I said, we got tear gassed. It was so much fun, but not knowing that any of this was bad. Like, obviously I would not have posted any of that. Well, okay. So I tried to post that. It never posted. It just said failed to upload or whatever. So I forgot about it. And then on the way home, it loads.
Yeah.
So at that point, somebody took a screenshot of my post and decided to put it onto every terrorist website that exists in like the entire world, basically. And in the 5 minutes that it was up there, because my sister-in-law called me and said, oh my God, did you look at your Facebook post? I said, what are you talking about? I didn't post anything. She's like, yes, you did. I'm like, oh, it must have uploaded. So then I looked at it and I was like, oh no. And then I changed it. I left it there. I didn't even remove it. I changed the wording to say that we peacefully protested. And, but it was too late because somebody had already, and it was like, I think it was 6 minutes.
The internet warriors came in.
Yep. And social justice warriors. They came in and and never
crazy.
let up, honestly, for years.
For years.
Oh yeah.
Because if we fast forward just a little bit, during the recent midterm election, you and your son volunteered as volunteers.
No, we weren't volunteers. We were hired as poll workers. Poll workers. We went through training. We did everything that we were supposed to do.
And it's a paid position? So you were hired as poll workers.
Right, yeah.
To oversee and be a part of the election process.
Exactly.
And then what happened?
We did everything that we were supposed to do. We did our training. We got hundreds on our tests. We came that morning at 5:00 in the morning to the polling location. On the way into the polling location, so it was a few minutes before 5, I had posted something on Twitter that basically just said, my son and I have arrived at our polling location in Fulton County to help ensure a free and fair election. Those were my exact words. And didn't think anything of it. We walked into the place. We signed in at the time that we were there. We, ate donuts with people. We set up all the polling machines. We put the signs outside. We did everything that we were supposed to do. Right before the polls were supposed to open, the poll manager came to me and told me that I needed to leave and that I had to bring my son with me. And I said, what are you talking about? Why? He said he didn't know, but I had to leave. I said, well, that's not a reason. I'm not leaving. And he had, I said, I need to speak to somebody. If you're telling me I'm leaving, there has to be a reason. I said, there's statues listed outside of this door that say you can't interfere with poll worker doing their job. And that's what I'm doing. And you're interfering. So if you don't have a reason, I'm not leaving. And so we got on the phone with someone downtown, and ended up being Nadine Williams, this woman who is the director of interim elections at the time. And I don't even know if she still is or not, but she said that I had to leave because I posted on Twitter that morning. I said, I posted on Twitter before I came in here. And what did I say that was wrong? Like, there's nothing wrong with what I said. She's like, it doesn't matter. You have to leave. And I have all this videotaped. I have everything, completely documented video. All of this is accurate statements. And she hung up on me and told me that I had to leave and that the police were going to escort me out. And the police came and I said, I really don't want to leave. I don't think that I should leave. And they said, The police told me, and I have on video also, that I was being targeted for being a conservative, but they were getting paid by Fulton County and I needed to leave. And if I didn't, we were going to be going to jail. So of course I am not going to jail in Fulton County, and I'm certainly not sending my son there. And we left. So, and then I started speaking to the different organizations, the GOP, every news channel was calling me, and every news channel was trying to spin it into something else. And they had help from Nadine Williams, who decided at 9:45 to send out a press release to them saying that I was removed because I was at January 6th. And take it a couple steps further, I was interviewed by news stations who specifically asked me if I was inside the building on January 6th, which I was not. I didn't preface all of this with saying I never stepped foot in a building, didn't even breathe into the building. I wasn't even near entering a building. I didn't see anybody enter the building. So from our vantage point, because the side that we were on in the Capitol, nobody went into, there's no door. Like, I don't even think there's a door there. Like, I don't know how people would get in there. And, one of the George Estevez from WSB TV decided to get on there and headline on election day, top story on the news, and say that by my own admission, I went into the Capitol building. Like, what? Like, how do you get away with saying that? But he had no problem.